So I'm so glad that you brought the book because, you know, it's really fun to work on a Julia Child recipe with you. So we're going to do Boeuf Bourguignon, which is a classic French dish, that one of the many classic dishes that are in this book. Lardons. That's what she calls them. Yes, lardons. Yeah, and you find lardons in a lot of French cooking. But this is more or less what a lardon is. Okay? There's no difference between the chunk of bacon being, you know, a bit salty, and there's obviously a lot of fat. This is the same thing with this bacon. And pretty soon they're going to break through the surface of all the pork has risen to the top. It's all floating on the top. Yeah, we want all those mushrooms in there. And that's another thing to remember about mushrooms, is that they reduce.
Yeah.
So you think you've got, you know, it's like the world's supply of mushrooms in that pan, and then by the time they've been cooked down, it'll be half. The water out. Put the, and you can just take the whole, I would just take the whole paper and then just, that's it. You don't have to be. So what we're doing now is making sure that it's nice and dry. We already have done the bacon in the olive oil, so we've got quite a nice already fat in there, and we're going to brown the meat in that fat. Flip them over. We want them to be brown on all sides. And if they're all done, then you can just put them into the dish. So maybe some of the smaller pieces or the fatter pieces. Look how gorgeous that looks. Really. And the one place that I have really thought that they did a great Boeuf Bourguignon is a restaurant in Burlington. Linux.
Yeah, they do have really good. And just pour it right in there.
Put it right in there and mix it all together. Doesn't that look good?
Yeah.
Don't you want to eat it right now? Here's the hard part is resisting. Smells good, looks good, but it's, and I'm using sea salt. And you just sprinkle it on top, So, with a sort of a, I'm sure you are good at this. And then we'll turn everything over, you know, just so that you can get the other sides down. It's lovely. Looks like snow. And that's just the right heat. All right, so I don't know if you know this, but Julia Child in Mastering the Art of French Cooking actually recommends Campbell's beef broth.
Wow.
The book was aimed at the home cook in America. I love it, actually. I mean, when I make it with Campbell's beef broth, it tastes more like the first Boeuf Bourguignons that I ever ate. And the oven door being open is going to, a little bit of the heat is going to be, you know, the heat will be reduced slightly in the oven by the time you finish, but not so it's going to make a huge difference. Good. Okay, so we're going to close the door. And with these nice electric ovens. Unless you have one of those countertops that you can put those on.
We've got a few. We've got
look
a few
how
black
beautiful
spots on our.
You have what?
Black spots.
Oh, you do. That's what happens. Look at how gorgeous it is.
Yeah.
It's really, really gorgeous. And now we know why it's called Boeuf Bourguignon, because it's made with Burgundy. Yeah. Basically, what you are putting in there is more or less a bottle. If it were 4 cups, it would be a bottle of wine. There. That should be just about a cup. It's another. That's a little over. It should just barely cover the meat. So let's just do it until I don't want it to be overwhelming. That's good. Use the palm of your hand, right? The knife, make sure your knife is parallel to the surface. You don't want to have the blade sticking up. And you go like that.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't realize it was so forceful.
I know. Woo! And I love using this kind of tomato paste that comes in a tube.
Yeah.
This is so handy. Put in here.
I think some thyme and bay.
Oh, and a bay leaf? There you go. And then do you want to crush this? Yeah, that's perfect. Wonderful.
It doesn't taste too salty at all. I can definitely taste the beef.
You can. Now we can put the cover on. We're ready to put it into the oven. And at this point, the oven probably has come down to the right temperature, which there we go. Nice heavy pan.